If I were to name one personal growth tool that had the greatest impact in my life, I would say it's coaching. Well, coaching and psychotherapy, to be honest. I literally feel that my life can be divided before and after I started to work with a coach and I learned coaching technology myself. I've been in both roles, as a coachee, as a client, and as a practicing coach. And in this video, I want to share 4 life-changing lessons that I learned from coaching that I wish I knew earlier. Spoiler alert, at the end of this video, I will share my humble opinion on why I think coaching is not for everyone. Despite all the positive effects of this wonderful tool, if you are considering to start working with a coach, please watch this video until very end. And if you are new to life coaching and have no idea what it is, don't worry, I had same thoughts about 3 years ago when I thought that coaching is only for athletes and high-profile entrepreneurs. However, it turns out that coaching can be incredibly powerful tool for everyone who is going through personal and professional transition, for someone who is ready to challenge their personal status quo and who is eager to achieve more while taking ownership of personal life. By the way, my name is Laima. Welcome to my channel. I am a certified life coach myself, brain science enthusiast, and in this channel we are talking about self-coaching and neuroscience-based tools that have helped me and my clients to become authors of their lives. When I mention that I'm a coach, I usually encounter 2 reactions. The one would be like, what the heck is coaching? And the another one would be like, oh, so you are like Tony Robbins or something? So let's start with the basics. Coaching is professional communication technology, and according to ICF, or International Coach Federation, which sets the golden standard in the industry, coaching is defined as partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires clients to maximize their personal and professional potential. The coaching process often unlocks previously untapped sources of imagination, productivity, and leadership. The responsibility of the coach in a coaching session is to help client to identify, to clearly formulate the goal that client wants to achieve, encourage client self-discovery process, support creation of the action plan that will help client to achieve the desired goal, and hold the client responsible and accountable in the process. I've always been taught to treat others the same way I want to be treated. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or something. I don't know if you were receiving same life lessons yourself. Please let me know. But now when I think about it, this really sounds to me super awkward. Let's imagine you like cheeseburgers and you are expecting very dear guests coming to your dinner party. And as a caring and loving host, you will be serving them cheeseburgers, right? Despite the fact that some of your guests might be vegetarians, lactose or gluten intolerant. When I start a coaching session, especially when it is with my new client, I always do check-ins by asking what will make my client feel comfortable in the session. Is there any areas or questions that should not be brought up in the session? I always ask for permission before I share my own observations, my own reflections and hypotheses in the session. Coaching has taught me to ask people how they want to be treated, and surprisingly, treating others as they want to be treated creates much more trustworthy and effective communication. As a practicing coach myself, I truly feel privileged working with incredible, extraordinary people, and I truly feel honored being invited in stories of their lives. And despite my modest experience, I've noticed a reoccurring pattern. Even most successful people tend to doubt their talents, their capabilities, they undervalue their achievements. Just the other week, I had a session with incredible woman. She worked in the oil industry for 20 years, holding very senior positions. And now in her mid-40s, she is transitioning to a new career path. She is a coach as well. In our session, she shared her idea about starting a coaching program for teenagers. She is a mom of a 16-year-old teenager herself, and she sees coaching as a wonderful tool that can be helpful for young people to transition into adulthood. And despite her passion for this project, she simply has no courage to start it. As she explained herself, she felt small, insignificant to be able to start this project. And for me, hearing this was so surprising, considering all her past achievements, considering the fact that in the past she was driving very complex and very expensive projects in her corporate career. And now this incredible woman, despite all her past accomplishments, is doubting her ability to succeed in a new field. So if you are in a moments of transition, if you are feeling scared and if you are doubting yourself, please know that you are not alone. Even the most successful people tend to get overwhelmed with personal doubts in a moments of transformation, in a moments of starting something new. I've always felt uneasy, awkward, uncomfortable in a moments of silence, in a moments of pause during conversation, until I learned that ability to maintain this silence, especially after posing a question to your opponent, to your counterpart in conversation, is the most powerful tool of communication. So let's say you have asked a question to your business partner or to your client, and all you hear is silence. It is especially awkward if you are sitting in a Teams or a Zoom call and all you see the faces that are staring at you. It really feels strange, and most likely you will try, and I'm speaking about myself, you will try to fill this gap of silence by a comment or by rephrasing your question or clarifying yourself. However, silence does not necessarily mean that your question was not clear, that it was poorly posed, or it was unnecessary. Instead, it actually gives your counterpart time to think, reflect, process thoughts and emotions. Silence can indicate important cognitive processing that is happening in the head, in the mind of your opponent as you speak. And this also encourages your partner in conversation to speak more openly and honestly. And your ability to remain silent demonstrates that you are listening, you are curious, respectful to your opponent and their perspective. It also may create a safe and trusting space for your counterpart to explore their own challenges, their own goals and thoughts, and openly share them with you. Another trick here is that most people really feel uncomfortable in moments of silence. So if you are in a negotiation and you want to receive more information from your counterpart, you really need to learn to pause and keep silent, because this will make uncomfortable your opponent and they will be willing to share more information with you. As someone smart said, in negotiations, the winner is the one who speaks the least. So if you want to improve your communication and negotiation skills, you really need to learn to feel comfortable with silence and pauses in conversation. From some of my fellow colleagues, I hear the phrase that everyone needs a coach. It is not true. I don't agree, and here's why. While coaching can be a truly valuable tool for many of us, it may not be appropriate for all situations. If your situation is closely linked with a trauma, or your mental or physical conditions require extra attention, working with a coach might not only fail to produce positive results that you envisioned for yourself, but could also potentially worsen your situation. Coaching is very intensive, cognitive, and energy consuming process. If your energy bank is depleted, even the coolest coaching program or the best coach in the world might not be useful for you. And what's worse, it might drain you even more. Think about it as a car. Before setting out for a journey, you need to ensure that your tank is full. Same with coaching. In my practice, I always start with diagnostics, especially with my new clients, because I want to make sure that our work together won't be harmful for my client. And if I observe that situation requires psychotherapeutic help, I will openly share my observations and thoughts about this with my clients so that we can decide together what would be best in the current situation for my client. Another reason why coaching is not for everyone, well, coaching is about personal empowerment. It's about taking your own responsibility about your own life. It's about taking control and power in your own hands. And let's be honest, it sometimes may feel quite scary, even for me at some point. It is much more easier when someone else tells you what to do, what is the right answer, or better when this someone else comes and solves all your problems. But if we are continuously waiting for someone else to come and save us, is this really a life you want to live? This is a coaching question I'm leaving with you. If you feel comfortable, please share your reflections down below in the comments and let me know what is your experience with coaching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, liking this video, or maybe sharing with someone who you think needs to see it right now. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I see you in the next video. Bye.